Welcome back to Rusty Deals here at Minnesota is Rust. Today, as you can see the T-Bird there, we have a couple of vehicles that have suffered the wrath of some fire. Right here is a Camaro that is very well cooked. As you can see, the front half is just baked on this poor thing. According to our records here, it's a 78 Camaro with 77,000 miles on it, with a retail value, according to the auction sites, of $17,500. Current bid is $1,050. It is pretty crispy. The whole back half looks decent, looks good. But as you know, a lot of the fire under the hood will get into the interior, go right through the firewall. And here's a little bit better picture of the front. It is cooked. So anything that is fiberglass or rubber or anything, even aluminum or whatnot, is going to be gone or really bent out of shape. As of course, when there is a fire of some kind, a fire department will come and just pry things open. You can see the hood is kind of bent out of shape. Everything from the firewall forward, though, looks, it's a Rally Sport RS if the decals and the bodywork and everything else is factory there. It looks so nice from the back, but as you saw, everything else there, not so much. Interior, the seats look okay, the door cards look okay, the carpet looks okay. There are keys there. You can see them hanging on the zip tie around the column and the wheel. If we get a little closer picture here, you can see the dash starting to look not quite the way it should. It is a floor shift there. This is an automatic V8 car, according to the records I have in front of me. And there's your dash where it's wrinkly, it's kind of hanging to one side. It's just not exactly where you would want something to be. Do I think it's worth putting in money into something like this? I don't know. I've dealt with some vehicles with small burn, just like a carb fire, but not something to this extent. And I'd be concerned of the structural integrity of the front subframe, the unibody, and whatnot. Excuse me. So you can see it is pretty cooked from the front there. I mean, it's everything is gone. You'd be starting fresh. There's your VIN if you want to run some numbers there. Just take a look. But we got a theme going on here today at Rusty Deals. Here's a T-Bird that has also suffered the wrath of some fire there. It's a 57, according to the records in front of me. And you can see the hood definitely has some good baking there. The question is, how bad is it? I mean, a 57 T-Bird is really up there. 55, 6, and 7 are up there as a pretty high dollar car. They were roadsters. They were two-seaters. Some had hardtop, some convertible. I'm not a T-Bird expert, just based on what I've seen in car shows through the years. You can see the fender skirts are there. Looks so sharp. This is definitely somebody's pride and joy. Current bid right now, oh, look at those white walls. Current bid right now is $2,100 with an estimated value of $40,000. They're getting a little bit picture here of the front. You have to wonder how bad it was, because while opposite of the Camaro, where a lot of the nose had rubber, plastic, fiberglass, this would be all steel and chrome, and it looks pretty good. But I don't see a picture of the hood open there, which that should be one. So I wonder if the mechanism is melted or just not in place, or something not so good is going on. Back of the car looks sharp. I don't see any other damage there. It looks good. If we get a chance to look at the interior, it looks dark in the front. The seats look dark on the bottom and light on the top. So you wonder how hot they did get. The steering wheel looks to be intact, but I don't see it droopy or melted. There's a little bit better picture of the dash and the floor. You can see the door cards there look rough, like they definitely got some heat and got some maybe water or moisture on there. And then a picture here of the gauge cluster, blacked out, smoked out, and melted. So that is your answer on how hot it got under the hood, because certainly that would not be looking that way if it was just a small fire that could put out right away. I don't know. There's again, look at the back of the car. It looks so nice and so sharp, and shiny paint, fresh chrome. But then getting a chance to look back here again at the front of it, boy, I don't think that Y block in there is going to make it too far. Like I said, current bid $2,100. I don't know, if you got a good parts car, it might be something interesting to look at. Last but not least, in our triple threat of burn victims here is a 72 Dart Swinger. So that definitely looks like someone's put some money into that. Good paint, nice top, good wheels. But this also is listed as an engine burn. So then again, there's burns and there's burns, right? So that first Camaro we saw, boy, that looked really cooked. The T-Bird here, that looked pretty well done too, but maybe not as bad as that Camaro. But then again, the hood wasn't open, so you couldn't really tell. So this 72 Dart here, it's got paint stripes look good, wheels look good, tires look good. This current bid is $725. As we all know, that's going to go way more than that, with an estimated retail value of $26,000, according to the insurance company, bringing this vehicle to the auto auction. So there's our passenger side, looks good, emblems intact, the hood scoop on that side looks okay on this side, and here we go, a little bit clearer, there we go, a little bit clearer picture of what's going on. So you see it's kind of burnt right between the two hood scoops, like a traditional carb fire there. I don't see anything, too disoriented looking in the grill or headlights. Back of the car looks good, looks clean, clear, and sharp, so shouldn't be any major events going on there. If we get a chance to kind of dive into the interior a little bit here, you can see it's got a big, B&M shifter, whatever brand shifter that is, hanging out on the floor. We got some gauges there under the dash. We got a wood steering wheel. We got some nice front seats. Keys are hanging out right there for everybody to see. The front floor door cards, dash looks okay. We get a little bit closer picture of the dash next. We can see maybe how hot it really got under that hood, if we don't got a clear under hood picture there. So here we have the dash, and that looks pretty good. I mean, it's not cooked, it's not baked. The dash looks square and straight. If it was really hot, definitely that would be melted, like we saw in the previous two vehicles, the T-Bird and the Camaro there. Here's the back seat, looking pretty good, no complaints there. Someone put some money into interior, and weather stripping even looks fresh too, so that costs some decent money to get a car that's not whistly going down the road. Here you go. So you can see definitely carb fire there. You can see the fire back on the firewall. Looks like we've got the wiper motor, distributor, whatnot right there. So something definitely happened. But even the blower motor to the left and the master cylinder to the right looked okay. VIN numbers there if you want to pull up what we got going on there. So if it were my choice looking at these vehicles, this Dart would be definitely a maybe if it went cheap. We don't have a ton of Mopar in the family or on the channel, but it might be fun to dive into something like that. We did have relatives with Darts in the past, so we had a chance to ride them when we were kids. Here's that T-Bird. Definitely real money there, even though it is burnt up and crispy, but it could be something if that is what you're into. And then we get to our poor Camaro here. Somebody will buy it. They always do. But I don't think that somebody would be us. That whole front clip would need to be replaced. Who knows what the metal structure underneath looks like. So there you go. Thanks much for joining us on Rusty Deals, and we'll see you soon.